Alright guys, summer is on the way and no function is complete without deviled eggs. Today I'm giving you an episode that's the one-stop shop for every deviled egg recipe you'll ever need. I'm showing you how to do a deep fried deviled egg, a fried shrimp deviled egg, and a candied bacon deviled egg. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen.
Try that shrimp. Oh man.
That's the perfect filling. I don't like when the filling's too sweet.
You might not be your mom's favorite child, but if you make these, it might change things.
Alright guys, first things first, you can't have perfect deviled eggs without perfect boiled eggs. So let's talk about that first. I like to go in empty pot. Be gentle when you put them in there. You don't want them to crack prematurely. We're going to cover them with water and boil them on a gentle boil for 12 minutes. I like to add an extra egg or two to the pot. That way I can have extra filling for my deviled eggs. One of the worst things that can happen is you run out of filling when you're making your deviled eggs. So we're going to go ahead and get these boiling. 12 minutes, shock them in a cold ice bath. Perfect boiled eggs every time. Alright guys, so for one of our preparations of the deviled eggs, we're doing a candied bacon topping. For that, we need some thick cut bacon. We're gonna cook that in the oven just because it's easy. Super simple recipe here. You just need a little brown sugar, some black pepper, and a little apple cider vinegar to make your candy topping that's gonna go on the bacon. We're gonna go ahead and cook this until it's crispy, dice it up, and then candy it. Alright guys, so after 12 minutes at a gentle boil, it's time to shock them in the ice bath. Now I say gentle boil for the main reason is because have you ever boiled your eggs and then you look in the pot and notice that they're kind of cracked and some of the whites are coming out of them? At a rapid boil, the eggs tend to like roll around a bit and they can start to crack. The shell can crack a little bit. So at a gentle boil, they're much less likely to crack while they're boiling, and that's gonna save you from wasting a whole egg. So gentle boil, 12 minutes, right into the water bath, let them rest in there for 5 minutes, and they should peel nice and easy.
And this episode is sponsored by Cafe Casino. Sometimes I need a little break from my normal routine, especially on days when I'm filming back-to-back recipes like I usually am each week. That's where Cafe Casino comes in. They offer so many games, including this one, where you have to build this burger. It's really simple and super fun to play. I can't get enough of it. Whether you're waiting for something to bake or just need a quick escape, this is the perfect way to spend a few minutes to yourself. Dig into fun games and entertainment at Cafe Casino. So if you have a super busy life like me, you know it's important to carve out a little me time, and this is the perfect way to do just that. So what are you waiting for? Visit cafecasino.com today and enjoy. That's www.cafecasino.com.
So after 5 minutes in the ice bath, now it's time for the moment of truth. We gotta peel them. Hopefully this goes according to plan. My technique is a few cracks around the egg, and then I like to roll it out like so. Make sure that shell is fully broken. What you really want to have happen here is the membrane to separate from the actual egg white. That's the key. If you can get up under the membrane, the rest is easy. And honestly, that's not the easiest thing to do with gloves on. So if this gives me some trouble, we're gonna take these gloves off. But as you can see, the method is foolproof and we're good to go. Give it a little dunk in the water and dry it off a little bit. Boom. Perfect boiled egg. This episode is packed with pro tips. As you can see, the Easter Bunny couldn't make a better boiled egg than that. We're also going to use a mesh strainer or a sieve to pass the yolk through. That's going to help make sure that your consistency is perfect when we go to pipe the filling into the whites. So what I'm going to do here is use a sharp knife, go straight down, perfectly cooked. It's not gray. If you see like a gray layer on the exterior of the yolk, that means that you overcooked your eggs. So looking good. We're gonna go ahead and gently release the yolk from the white. Boom. No cleanup required. Obviously, you gotta kind of take your time and not rush. That's kind of where most people make the mistake, is they're rushing. But with deviled eggs, if you want them to look pretty, just take your time. And it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Also, as you notice, if the yolk sticks to your knife when you make your next cut, it's going to stick to the white on the next egg. So it's good to kind of clean your knife up after each slice, just to make sure you don't have to do too much cleanup on your yolks. So what we're going to do is use the back of a rubber spatula and just mash this through the mesh strainer. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started on our filling. We're getting the party started. Obviously, we have 6 eggs. These are medium-sized eggs. If you got the extra large ones, then you know you may have to adjust a little bit. Once you put something in here, you can't take it out. So it's always best to start with a smaller amount. So we're going with 2 tablespoons of mayo to get the party started, and then 1 teaspoon of Dijon and 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard. I also like to add a teaspoon or 2 of sweet relish juice, just the juice. So keep that in mind. You don't want to add the actual relish because we're going to pipe these and it's going to get stuck in the piping bag. So 1 good heaping teaspoon of yellow mustard. We'll do the same with our Dijon. Little apple cider vinegar, and then the seasonings of your choice. You can keep it as simple as salt and pepper. I like a little Old Bay in mine because I guess where I was born and raised, it's kind of the thing that we do, and I love it that way. You can use paprika, even though paprika doesn't taste like anything. Teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, maybe a teaspoon and a half. There's quite a bit of vinegar in, obviously, the mustard as well. So next up, we're going to strain in some sweet relish juice. These mesh strainers come in handy for that. Probably a teaspoon or 2 worth. May have to just kind of squish it in there a little bit. There we go. Get that juice, you get the flavor, and you don't stop up or clog up your piping bag. Little Old Bay seasoning, little AP seasoning, and then I'm gonna add a pinch of chicken bouillon powder because the MSG and the flavor, basically a flavor enhancer, guys. So if you still are avoiding MSG, do a little Google research and make your own informed decision. But a lot of the most recent research indicates that MSG is completely safe, and it's in most of the stuff you're eating anyway. So there's that. I'm not a doctor or scientist. We're gonna break out the whisk and give that a good mix. Kind of see what the consistency is looking like, and we can add more mayo as needed. But based on my previous experience, this should be just about right. So from a consistency standpoint, I think it's looking good. Next up for the candied bacon, we got some crispy bacon fresh out of the oven. We're gonna give it a nice dice, nice small pieces. We're gonna go ahead and dice it up, and then we're gonna toss it in the brown sugar mixture, and then we're gonna sprinkle that on top of our deviled eggs with a little chive garnish, and you're gonna have some candied bacon deviled eggs. Super simple, guys, really easy to plate, and it presents a little bit better than those big old chunks of bacon. So we're just gonna go ahead and give it a nice dice like you see right here. Add it to about a tablespoon or 2 of brown sugar. It's not gonna need any salt because the bacon's already salty and smoky, so we're gonna add a little black pepper for a little bit of bite to kind of offset the sweetness from the brown sugar. Along with the apple cider vinegar, it's gonna kind of do the same thing, adding a little acid to balance the flavors out. Here we have about a half cup of diced bacon. Next up, it's time to prepare our deep fried deviled eggs. So for that, we need egg whites. We're gonna go ahead and dredge them first and foremost in our all-purpose flour. We're gonna season up the panko breadcrumbs so that the exterior layer has some seasoning on it. You could also hit it with some grated Parmesan cheese if you want to. We're just gonna go with a nice light coat of seasoning there. So from the all-purpose flour into the egg wash, then from the egg wash into the panko. Make sure you empty out that cavity. Just roll it around, make sure that it's coated nicely. No bald spots if you can help it. Onto the plate until it's time to fry. We're gonna fry at 350. These fry up super fast, guys, like 2-3 minutes maybe. As soon as they're golden brown and beautiful, you can go ahead and remove. Next up for the fried shrimp preparation, obviously we need some fried shrimp. So we have some small shrimp here. We're gonna dunk in that same egg wash, and then we're gonna coat them in my seasoned flour. Very adequately seasoned here. Now, if you have just plain all-purpose flour, Go ahead and season it up with some salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, lemon pepper seasoning, really whatever you like on your shrimp. But if you want to try my seasoned flour, you can grab yours at my website, mrmakeithappen.com. Takes out all the guesswork, perfectly seasoned every time, and is great on shrimp, fish, chicken, really anything that you want to fry. I'm gonna bread up a few of these, even though we're making 3, I'll have a little snack. All right, guys, so today we're gonna go ahead and fry the eggs first and then the shrimp. That way they don't taste like shrimp. So if you're doing this at home and making both of these recipes, probably good best practice. Or anytime you're frying anything, if you're doing seafood and chicken in the same day, for example, always fry the seafood last. Go ahead and wait till these get golden brown and beautiful. We'll go ahead and remove them with a spider, scoop them right out, right onto a wire rack to let them drain. Then we're gonna drop the shrimp, do the same thing. Once you have your piping bag filled and your plate ready, I like to add a little dollop of the filling at the bottom to place the egg on top of. That'll prevent it from sliding around if you're using a flat plate like this. Now if you're using one of those ridged kind of deviled egg platters, you don't have to do this step, but this is great for single plates or platters like we're using today. So we're gonna do 3 in a row. Make your best guess. That'll kind of hold them in place. Gotta stagger them a little bit. Then once you got them in there, go ahead and pipe them up. Give them some height. We're just gonna place us a little fried shrimp on top and hit these with some mambo sauce that we have coming to the market very soon. For my folks in the DMV, you probably have heard of mambo sauce. For everyone else, you guys are in for a treat real soon. So mambo fried shrimp, you can hit whatever sauce you want or just leave them plain Jane. And then we're gonna do our candied bacon right across the middle. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and plate this up. You can use either dill or chives or whatever you want to garnish this. Nice little trio here. You can pick which one you want for your next cookout. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, I got a tough job here because I don't know which one I want to eat. Let's go. I'm gonna go with I had the bacon jam ones a bunch of times. So we're gonna go mambo shrimp deviled egg first. Wow. And then we'll do the deep fry one. Might as well try all 3, right? Perfect boiled egg. Oh shit. This episode from Chicago